welcome back to my channel. So this is the start of a Thanksgiving weekend reading vlog. So I have a 4-day weekend and I'm so excited for it, and I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done. So it is currently Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, and I'm getting all cozied up with my favorite snacks. We have our Himalayan Gold popcorn, my dark chocolate, and a little bit of coffee. I definitely meant to make a decaf Nespresso pod, and I grabbed a pumpkin one, but I'm on vacation. It's fine. Who cares if I'm wired till 3 a.m.? I don't sleep well anyway. So I am currently reading Once Upon a Broken Heart on my Kindle. I also have this beautiful edition that I think I'm going to break into. It's signed! Well, that's exciting. My goodness. This is one of the special editions where each one has like a different cover, or I think there was like 5 naked hardbacks that they rotated between, maybe. I just started this. I'm about 64 pages in, so a decent start, and I'm really liking it so far. It definitely has that kind of cozy fantasy fairy tale vibe. Yeah, I'm here for it. So this really makes me want to reread Caraval though, because was Evangeline in Caraval somehow? I thought Evangeline was Scarlett's mom, and I think I'm wrong. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to start reading this. I'm going to attempt to find a playlist for this because, so I've seen a couple other booktubers I follow do this, and I'm the type of person where I can listen to music if I don't know the lyrics. If I do know the lyrics, I get too distracted and I want to like sing along in my head. But last night I found a playlist for Starling House, and it was so perfect. It was like this kind of eerie folk southern type music, and that perfectly fit the vibe of the book. So I'm gonna see if I can find something that goes along with this. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot of Taylor Swift, which I'm not mad about, but I can't listen to that and read. Once Upon a Broken Playlist. Okay. So far only like one Taylor Swift song. I'm gonna go for it. So let's get into this. All right, so I definitely had to Google who Evangeline was because I thought she was Scarlett and Donatella's mom in Caraval, and I was very confused. I was completely under the impression that this took place before the events in Caraval, and it definitely takes place after. So that was a revelation of sorts. 70 pages in, realizing that I was very, very wrong. Is Evangeline mentioned in Caraval at all? It's been like 3 years, I think. So anyway, let's get back to it. Also, this playlist I found is on point. So I'm about 122 pages in so far, and I have no idea where this is going or what kind of sneaky things Jax is up to right now, but I'm definitely intrigued. I'm enjoying it so far. It's been a really quick read for me, which is refreshing. I'm really liking it, and it feels a little surface level, not gonna lie. I feel like it's riding at like a good 4-star range right now. I don't know where on the spectrum of 4 stars, but yeah, I feel like I rate books as I read them, so currently somewhere in the 4-star range. I'm gonna keep on keeping on with it, see where it goes. So it's Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna do a puzzle and listen to an audiobook, but first I actually need to find an audiobook. I think I'm gonna find one on Libby. Audiobooks. Let's see what we have. Oh, love The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I loved The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. That was such a fun mystery. The Maidens was weird. The Finley Donovan books, I read the first 2, and that's just one that I don't care to continue. One Last Stop was annoying. Okay, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, that's a contender. Ooh, Daughter of No Worlds, maybe. I have had The Poppy War on my list for a very long time. Oh, this is such a good book. The Girl Who Drank the Moon is the perfect fairy tale. Death of Jane Lawrence, Namesake, Lore. Ooh, Diviners. I'm gonna do that one. Hope I like the audiobook though, because I've been very excited about this book in particular, so. Oh my gosh! Is that the audiobook? Oh my gosh, babe. You know how I just said Golden Sun wasn't available?
Yeah.
I literally just got a notification that said your hold is ready for Golden Sun.
What are the odds of that?
That's creepy.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's weird. Okay, I guess I'm gonna listen to Golden Sun because I've been waiting for this. Alrighty. There's just something about puzzling and listening to an audiobook that is so fun to me. I have a very hard time listening to an audiobook if I'm doing anything else. Like, I either have to be doing something design related that doesn't include words, so I can't be like reading something and listening to an audiobook, but I can, be doing chores or a puzzle, or like I used to listen to audiobooks and embroider, so things like that. So I have to be doing something with my hands, otherwise I get bored or I fall asleep. But puzzling is perfect, and I love puzzles so much. So yeah. So I read about 100 pages of Golden Sun. So listening to the audiobook, I'm kind of backtracking a bit because I'm starting from the beginning, but it's a good refresh because a lot happens in those like 100 something pages that I read, and it's a lot of like political intrigue and strategy and that sort of thing. So this is a good refresher for me. So it's the evening of Thanksgiving, and we just got home from a great family dinner, and I am about to finish Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I have about 100 pages left, and things are definitely all coming to a head. I have no clue where this is gonna go. I'm hoping for some sort of plot twist, because one person looks very guilty of a lot of things right now, and I'm kind of hoping it's not that obvious, but we'll see. Really, really enjoying this. I'm just sitting here with the tree lit and a fake fireplace on my TV. So I'll check in once I finish this. And then I don't know what I'm gonna start next. We'll find out. I finished it. This book was so good. I'm really surprised I liked it as much as I did, because when I read Caraval, like, I liked it, but it kind of fell a little flat, and I enjoyed this a lot more. So I'm really excited to continue this series. I don't know. There was just something about it. Like, it was a good time. So now I need to figure out what to read next. So I'm visiting my TBR cart, and we need to pick one of these. So this is what I'm looking at. I have The Hurricane Wars, which is definitely a contender. Also Swordcatcher. I still need to finish this. Oh, I don't know. I might do Hurricane Wars. All right, so I'm gonna start with the Hurricane Wars, and we're gonna see how it goes. If it's too much, or if I'm not feeling it, then I'm gonna switch to the Screaming Staircase. So let's get to it. Nothing like starting a new fantasy book and there being so many words I don't understand. Good morning, everybody. It is freezing here. Holy moly. It is Black Friday, and I have picked up my Starbies and a little snacky snack to go shopping. I'm gonna head to the Mall of America, so if you're from the Midwest, I'm sure you know what that is. But yeah, I really need to hit up the Nespresso store. So there's very few like actual Nespresso store locations, and I'm out of my peppermint coffee, so I really need that. And I was really hoping they'd have some good Black Friday sales, but they don't. I still need coffee, so I'm gonna go and pick some up, and I might hit up Barnes & Noble at the Mall of America. Who knows? And then I am gift hunting for a few people, so we'll see. Yeah, we're just gonna have a good little mini shopping day, and then probably gonna get back home, cuddle up, and read, because I made some good progress in my books last night. Finished Once Upon a Broken Heart. Absolutely loved it. And now I'm going to be starting The Ballad of Never After. Really want to dive into that. So yeah, off to the mall. All right, so it is the end of Black Friday, and I have had a pretty low-key day, actually. I did get up a little bit early to go to the Mall of America, and I went to the Nespresso store, where I got a bunch of Nespresso sleeves. I am absolutely obsessed with my Nespresso machine. I would 20 out of 10 recommend one. So I did that. Went to Barnes & Noble. I did finally pick up What the River Knows. This book has been on my radar for like the last month or so now. It's been described as like The Mummy meets Death on the Nile, I think. Yeah, so like that sounds interesting. Main character whose parents passed away, they were both archaeologists, and they had all sorts of crazy artifacts, and it turns out that some of the artifacts might be like cursed or have magical properties, I guess, and could potentially have been responsible for her parents' death. That to me sounds so interesting. I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was a kid, and I'm dying to read this. So very, very excited about this one. So yes. And then there's also 2 Christmas books that are kind of on my radar. Lovelight Farms and totally blanking on the other one. Now I'm going to spend the rest of my night just relaxing, reading. I really need to recatalog my library, so I might start that, but that's such an undertaking. That is such an undertaking. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. I need to do that, but I'm not going to do that, I don't think. And then I might actually start editing this vlog so I can upload it at a decent time. We'll see. I don't know if I updated before, but I did finish Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I have now started The Ballad of Never After. Does this have a pretty cover? It does. Are all the covers like this? Oh my goodness. Wow. Crazy. Crazy girl. So I started that, and then I also made some good progress in The Screaming Staircase, which this is like a middle grade ghost hunting story. It follows a group of teens who are part of like a detective agency, but a paranormal detective agency. So they're currently working on a case, like a cold case of like 30 years. There's this very angry female ghost who was murdered, and they thought they had like taken care of her and, you know, put her like ghost to rest, I guess. And turns out that she's not. She's still angry. Her murder has not been solved. So now they're working on finding out who actually did it. And this book is so fun. I am loving it. I'm thinking I might try to finish this tonight because I've been reading it for quite a while and it's been a pretty quick read. The few times I've sat down to read it, I have made really good progress and it's just so much fun. It feels like a Scooby-Doo mystery. Like it's a good book. So I think I might actually curl up and read this. I'll talk to you when I have an update. So I just finished The Screaming Staircase. This was such a good book. I absolutely loved it. I feel like my initial reaction is to give it 5 stars just because it was such a good story. The mystery was fun. I loved the characters. I loved their dynamic. I loved how everything came together. I'm going to sit on it for a little bit, but I truly enjoyed this. Now, I am either going to read more of The Ballad of Never After, or I forgot to mention, I did try to read Hurricane Wars last night. I made it like a page in, and holy moly, there were so many names, places, words in general. And I was like, oh gosh, here we go. This is one of those fantasies where I need a glossary to understand what's going on. And my brain just was not in the mode for that last night. So I literally only read a page. I'm not going to DNF it after only one page. I will give it another go. I just don't know if that's a tonight thing or what. So yeah, I'm very excited to have finally had a potential 5-star read. It's been a while. So, yay. Everybody, happy Saturday, I think. I'm literally losing track of the days. It feels like Sunday, but it's not. And I have to keep reminding myself that it's indeed Saturday. Stanley, you're okay. You're okay. Today, Stanley had a little play date with one of my friends and her puppies. And then I ran some errands. I sold a few books on Pango, so I had to ship those out. Yeah. So it's a great platform to sell some of my special editions that I don't necessarily feel the need to keep. I'm thinking for tonight I just want to read maybe like a Christmas romance of some sort. So, yes. just been very into the Christmas mood today. I'm wearing my, I don't know if you can read this. I'm wearing my Lord of the Rings Christmas sweater. It says, "Merry Christmas, you filthy hobbitses." It cracks me up. I think it's so funny. So yeah, I've just been feeling very much in the Christmas mood today. It like very lightly snowed. Didn't really stick, but there was a moment where I was like, it's magical. So yeah, I've got one of my new Christmas Nespresso flavors. I tried the caramel nut flavor. It's so good. I spilled on myself. Drinking is hard. But yeah, it's so good. So anyway, I downloaded Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. So I might read that. Otherwise, I have a few Christmas books that I recently bought at Barnes & Noble. But this one sounds fun. Last night I finished The Screaming Staircase. Absolutely loved it. I started The Ballad of Never After and didn't get very far before I got tired, so there's that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start this and see what happens. So let's get into it.